hell of a night, dude. Saturday night. Just a great night all around, man. All around a great night of fights, man. I got nothing to bitch about, man. What do you think, Dan?
No, and we talked about it before it even happened. We said this card's stacked. You know, all the way from the undercard, Nurmagomedov. You know, he didn't fucking disappoint. You know, he grinded it out. He got the win, but the dude was fucking powerful, fucking picking Dos Anjos up, slamming him, shit like that. You know, the guy's a fucking beast. Yeah. Give credit for Dos Anjos for hanging in there.
Yeah, big time.
The main thing that, you know, the meat and potatoes of the whole card was fucking Werdum and Browne. And let's just hit that off right now, man, because the first couple rounds, I was like, man, this is going to be a good-ass fucking fight, man. They're both fucking constantly throwing, but as it got through to the latter rounds after the second, if we were watching, you knew that, oh shit, fucking Travis Browne is in trouble. He is fucking huffing. He is puffing. And can he make it through the next the next 3 rounds? Is his gas tank going to allow him, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah, big time. It was scary, because I'm like, you know, we kind of, you know, anticipated, you know, how the experience of a Browne is going to weigh, or the experience of a Werdum is going to weigh in. You know, if it goes to the ground, you know, what kind of defense, you know, jiu-jitsu defense is Browne going to have? You know what I mean? It was a lot of questions where you kind of, at first we were kind of like, you know what, Browne's going to catch his chin, man, knock him out, you know. And then we got thinking about it a little bit, and we're like, wait a minute, there's a little... Whoa. You there?
What the fuck was that?
That was fucked up, man. I have no idea. That was weird. I'm by a military base, so I suppose that could be possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they might have tuned in to us, man. They might have been hacking into our broadcast. So.
You never know. There ain't nothing special to find out here, guys, unless you're fight fans. But yeah, you know, when we first thought about it, we're like, you know, Browne's going to catch his chin, man, big time. But I think we kind of backtracked a little bit, took a little better look at it. It's like Fabricio lately is just a raped ape. You know, when he was in there with Roy, I mean, he lit Roy up left and right. Yeah. Beat the shit out of him. You know what I mean?
We were talking about his speed for a big man. You know, it's fucking awesome.
You mean you're talking about a Browne?
No, I was talking about Werdum when we were watching him against fucking Roy, man. You know, the fucking speed, you know, his hands, his fucking mixing up kicks, and, you know.
Muay Thai was sick, too. Yeah. And he tried to get a little bit of that in here, but it's just with a guy like Browne being so tall, it's a little tougher, you know.
Plus Browne in the early going, keeping him at bay with those fucking straight kicks, those long kicks, you know. Browne did a good job.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, yeah, definitely. Hats off to Browne for staying in there for 5 rounds when it's something that he's so not used to, you know. I mean, it's definitely a big hats off. And the guy will definitely be back. I mean, he didn't get this far, you know, because he sucks. I mean, the guy's damn good, and he's learning. He's still learning. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, he took some fucking good kicks to the midsection. You know, he smacked his belly. He's like, come on, fuck, kick me there.
Yeah.
Fucking Werdum's like, okay, no, I'm gonna fucking start working on your fucking your knee, and then that's when Browne grabbed his heel and moved him back to the cage, and you're kind of like thinking, okay, these guys, there's no love lost here. After that, fucking Browne comes up with a fucking spinning back kick, fucking tags fucking Werdum. Verdum's like, no, dude. And then you're like, you know, as you're watching, this fucking 35 seconds left in the first round, you think, man, this is going to be a fucking bloodbath. These guys fucking hate each other. and they start throwing, you know, and it's like fucking badass. So, you know, that was the first round, man.
And then his little stint in the end of the first round where he just lights him up. And then Browne looks at him like, you know, what the fuck, man? And then he kind of smiles a little bit. They kind of smile at each other a little bit. It was, I thought that was probably one of the coolest points of the fight. It was like, holy shit, this dude just lit me up. What, you know? And then from then on, it was like, holy shit, you know. And then and then you're going into this fucking second round. That's when fucking Werdum, the first man to ever take down Travis Browne. Yeah,
you know, imposing his will. But give props to fucking Browne. Smothered any fucking attempts at anything. Finally, they get back up with like a minute left to go. Browne's giving these half-ass kicks and shit. And this is when I kind of... There's blood coming out of Browne's nose. Fucking and this is when I kind of said, man, Browne is all this struggling from getting back up to his feet from being on the ground took a lot out of this guy, man.
Yeah, it's like 70%. At that point, it's like 70% of the gas tank was gone, man.
Yeah, and to get a guy like Fabricio, another heavyweight, off of you, who is a jiu-jitsu fucking practitioner, it's going to spend your fucking shit, man. Yeah. And we seen that when he got back up to his feet, half-ass fucking telegraphed jabs, half-ass kicks, Superman-type lazy-ass punches that a fighter like Fabricio is just going to be like, dude, come on.
Yeah, I'm not going to be there. By the time the punch is supposed to land on anything, I'm not going to be there. That's pretty much what a lot of the fight was, man. And I want to go ahead and point this out. I checked out the post-fight press conference. And this is where I got a little bit fucking pissed off because, Dana White had more things to say about Travis Browne than he did about Werdum after Werdum winning the fight. The first thing he said was, "Oh yeah, Werdum picked him apart." He said, "But Browne broke his hand, and he broke his. He has a broken rib. Yeah, he has a broken rib because he got it kicked so many times.
Yeah, he got kicked right in the dude. I could probably say the first round, maybe that one kick where he fucking smacked his belly like it didn't hurt. Usually, when fighters do that, you're fucking hurt.
Yeah, it's because they're hurt. They're doing that. Yeah. Oh yeah, we see that. We see that a lot. It's like
same with the chin, reaction. You know.
The whole no, go ahead, do it again. Come on, you wave their head, no.
Chin, smack your chin a little bit. Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, but and I was just pissed because I'm like, Dana White of all people can be pissed at Fabricio Werdum for his performance. Mm-hmm. He's like, because I think he was basically saying everything in a way that Fabricio should have finished the fight, basically, and it's like no. No, the guy had in my opinion, had a perfectly calculated game plan and implemented it perfectly. What more can you ask for? The guy kicked his ass for 5 solid rounds.
Fucking 2 minutes left to go in the third, man. He had fucking Travis Browne against the fucking fence, fucking reining in Muay Thai fucking knees, working over that fucking broken rib or breaking it, whatever, and then fucking doing a flurry of punches while fucking Browne is sitting there with his fucking hands over his face and almost got the fucking fight stopped.
Yeah. So I mean, it was really almost a look at the tables completely turning for Browne. It's like every fight you've been on top of and kicking ass, it almost looked like you were on the ass end of the beating this time. And really, I mean, and mad respect for Browne and obviously mad respect for Werdum. Mm-hmm. Just Fabricio had just like in the Roy Nelson fight, he had no problem with this fight at all. And that's why I think that he is the top dude right now. He is the guy to take on
Kane.
Kane
better be on notice.
Yeah.
And you know what? I just want to add one more thing. Fucking, it's I don't care if Dana came out and said broken rib, broken hand, what the fuck ever. The outcome would have been the same. Anybody sitting here would have said, are you going to say if his hand wasn't broken, his rib wasn't broken, he would have been fresh in the fucking fifth?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. I don't think so. He'd have been just as gassed, because it's not like he broke his rib from all the wrestling. He broke his hand because I don't know why he broke his hand. Maybe a kick hit his hand. Maybe it could be. But
maybe
I mean,
when
that
he got
shit happens.
Took down, stopping the takedown, he broke his hand. Who knows?
It could have. Yeah, it's a number of things, man. But it's like, how many times have we heard that a fighter broke his hand during a fight? Well, you know what? It doesn't. We've also heard of guys breaking their hand in the middle of a fight, but they won. So, we can't buy him any credit here. You know what I mean? He's a fighter, in my opinion, that's still learning, and Fabricio Werdum is basically honing the craft right now.
Yeah, he's already mastered his craft. He's just fucking administering it on your face right now.
Yeah, there's no more learning for this guy. It's just, okay, what do I do with? I already know how to do this, so what do I do with it at this point? You know what I mean? Or at that point. I mean, Travis Browne still got a lot to learn when it comes to striking. Mm-hmm. Anybody can go in there with natural ability and be a heavy-ass striker.
Yeah.
But you need to,
But you get in there with somebody who knows how to strike better than you, knows how to fucking stay away from your punches. And Werdum, the one thing about Werdum that was different than Browne, Werdum barely wasted any fucking energy. Every one of his fucking punches and kicks fucking either landed or were real close to fucking landing.
Yeah.
Travis Browne throwing big ass fucking I'm gonna knock the whole crowd out punch and misses. And, you know, you're just gonna gas yourself, bro.
Yeah.
You know, this is Werdum setting up his power punch with some jabs, with some combos, with some kicks. Like you said, Travis Browne needs to go back to school.
Yeah. And this is a big part of that school too, though. Him coming off this loss, I bet we'll see a great Travis Browne because he's got a lot.
Yes.
You know, he still has a lot to learn.
Young.
He's young, and if he would have came into this fight and won this fight, he still would have been that fighter that he was a fight ago, in my opinion. Because
you're right.
You got to have
because he had Werdum in trouble in the first round.
Yeah.
Let's not forget.
Yeah. And if he'd have gone to the ground with Werdum, you know, say he knocked him down or something with a heavy hit, and stayed there, it could have been real ugly. Mm-hmm. You know, Werdum was scrambling for a limb to get something, and but he ended up making his way out of it. Yeah, these guys were both pretty good at getting up. It's like a new art form, man. Getting up, out of the guard and all that. You know, off the ground.
What?
I mean, just pretty amazing.
Speaking of getting up, I think it was the third or fourth round where fucking Werdum got tripped up or knocked down, and fucking Travis Browne's like, "Here, get up." And this is back when they're kind of like talking shit to each other through the fight. You know, Verdum's getting in his head mentally, along with fucking beating his ass physically. And Werdum is down. He gets back up with a fucking kip up, you know?
Oh, yeah.
That was fucking badass.
That was cool, man. That was really cool.
It was. You know, it's a guy that's fucking, 250 fucking pounds over here fucking doing a kip up, man.
Yeah, that was pretty hilarious. And it didn't take anything out of him, man. Like you said, too, he was fresh as hell after the fifth round. Dude, he could have went 8 rounds. Easy.
Yeah, he could. And you know what? And just to put another emphasis on it, fucking Werdum on the front of his shorts had training masks.
Right.
And training mask, I've first seen training mask with little Patricia Vodanik, little P.
Okay, yeah.
She is the first one to come out with the training mask, and I was like, "What is this?" And she started explaining you can adjust these masks to a higher altitude, like you're training out in fucking mountains or up in high altitude fucking situations where you don't have as much oxygen. Now, Werdum is doing this, and he's fucking training for, since whenever he got in the sponsorship by training masks. And people have to look at this and say, hey man, this guy's fucking, his cardio is going to be badass. He's fucking not only running all the time to improve your cardio, but he's hitting bags and training with a fucking a high altitude type training mask on. The benefits were proven in this fight. So fighters take heed, and you might want to look into it if you're having trouble. Because Browne, as far as I'm concerned, he came into this fight thinking he is going to knock the fuck out of Werdum in the first round, and it's going to be it, because I've been doing this constantly. I've just been overpowering people and knocking them the fuck out. I don't even have to worry about going in the latter rounds. Well, guess what? You almost did knock him out, but he survived the onslaught and waited till your gas tank was on basically E.
Yeah, and you suffered dearly for that. Yeah, definitely, man. It was a kick-ass fight, though, man. I mean, if you want
for heavyweights, man, yeah,
I'm sorry, bud.
No. If you're saying we could put a fucking bow on this, cherry on top of it, this right here was one of the better fucking heavyweight fights you'll see since like a Cain Velasquez and JDS that they go the distance, constant fucking battling. This was it. There was actually, even though Travis was tired, he was still fucking a game opponent, and he was trying.
He really was. He really was. I got to give him that, man.
And 9 times out of 10, you get a fucking heavyweight with knockout power. It's not going to last that very long. We like to see the knockouts, but this was a treat in itself, just because it was a 5-round fight that there was no disappointment, man. But at the end, you knew who got their ass beat and who looked like they fucking were
walking
face first in a fucking a box of jelly donuts. So,
And Fabricio Werdum, it was a fucking walk in the park, man. He looked like he went for a jog. You know what I mean?
He did.
He's virtually unscathed. I mean, and that's why it's like it's. You mentioned a treat for me. It's a treat to see somebody perform that well against such a threat. You know, considered a threat. You know what I mean? At this point, it's like, you know what? When he gets the top 5, I don't want to see Travis Browne. You know, just yet. You know, in there. You know, I don't know. Should I really say that? You know, he beat Purdue. I'd like to see him more well-rounded because you know we talked about him facing Barnett and Gonzaga,
yep.
winning in the same fashion. You know, that's cool and everything, and that's what made us kind of think back to, wait a minute, man, this guy's got a lot less experience than a Werdum. So with that one-trick pony, and I hate to say that term because that's not really the case, but that one-trick pony kind of thing, winning 2 fights off the same deal, not everybody's going to be susceptible to that, and Werdum never was.
No, and we talked about that before the fight. Like, Werdum is not going to put himself in that situation.
No, and he took him down 3 times in the whole fight, and he was never in that position.
No.
And that was fucking sweet. You know, it's like, you know, the guy watched plenty of video to know, you know, and it was probably child's play for him. And another thing I want to add, man, before we put a bow on it, man, is major hats off to Rafael Cordero, which is his trainer. He trained with him. I don't know if he trained with him way back in the day, but he got his jiu-jitsu, you know, top notch with who he was training with, and now he moved to Cordero, which Cordero is one that pretty much created the Axe Murderer. You know, this guy just a nutcase. You know, explosive power, and now we're seeing that same thing in Fabricio Werdum, explosive power when it's needed, and then back off and conserve your energy,
and not wasting any fucking movements or strikes, and making your shit land and making the other person miss.
Yeah.
And you know what? Kane, to put a bow on this, Kane has to be put on notice, man. He's got to fucking go to the tapes. He's got to go to the highlights because Fabricio Werdum is like nobody he's ever fought before.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Like almost a full package for a heavyweight. A full package. Kind of like Kane is, a full package. This is going to be badass.
It's going to be sick. A lot of people aren't giving Fabricio enough credit, including Dana White. That's why I vote Dana White for
ass monkey.
Absolute fucking ass wipe douchebag of the year, in my opinion. For saying what he said Saturday night, whatever it was, 1 a.m., when they finally got to the post-fight press conference and I was able to watch it. I'm like, this guy clearly, in my opinion right now, is voted ass-wiped douchebag of the fucking year for saying that, because Fabricio Werdum showed a Class A fucking performance, and you dissed him for it. So, fuck your ass. You're a hotbed of striker talent that you wanted to win, didn't win. So, fuck you. This is a middle finger to you. Yeah, Fabricio Werdum proved your hotbed, you know, whatever, striker talent to be not so fruitful when it comes to overall skill. So, there you go.
Exposed.
Yeah, exposed. Yeah, you get just straight up get back to the training camp and like I said, man, no dissing on Browne, man. I'm obviously a fan of Browne, and this is gonna teach him a lot. He's gonna learn a lot from this. So, but yeah, without overdoing it, man, we're definitely.
Let's take a break, man, and come back with the rest of the card because I'm gonna get myself another brewski.
I'm gonna do the same thing, man. Before we do that, just on a quick out note, before we jump into the rest of the card, everybody be on watch. Derek Lewis knocked Jack May the fuck out. Two guys making a debut, I believe. I don't think I've seen either one of these guys, and I've been watching for heavyweights. So this Derek Lewis knocked out Jack May in 423
in quick fashion.
In quick fashion, round 1. So it's cool to see this. Cool to see some newbies. Guys 10-2. So it's cool to see some newbies, but we will be right back. And another thing is, when we get back, we're going to delve into the fucking Tavares Romero fight, which we got a fucking budding superstar on our hands, bro. Yeah, and there's another.
He might need depends, but he's a budding superstar. Yeah. We'll be back, people.
Yeah, plenty more to come, man. We'll be back.
Steadfast.
God beer.